What's up? So I just dropped off some dry cleaning. Our daughter, Madeline, spit up on our comforter, so had to find a dry cleaner, go take care of that. But I'm wondering if you guys caught that continuity error in the opening sequence that I just filmed. That very first clip, walking up, grabbing the keys, I'm wearing a gray shirt, and then I picked Madeline up, was trying to burp her, and got spit up all down my shirt. So yeah, that's the car enthusiast dad life, I guess. Yeah, you're just gonna have to live with that error. But right now I dropped that stuff off, so what I want to talk about today is just the spec of this car, some of the things that I was looking for when I was buying this car. I bought it new, but I bought it as leftover inventory, but there were certain non-negotiable things that I needed to find in a Quadrifoglio in order to pull the trigger. So I'm gonna go try to find an empty parking lot or something where we can talk. That way I'm not sitting right off of a sidewalk talking to a camera looking like a weirdo. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the spec of this particular Quadrifoglio, and to really inform why I was so particular about what car I bought this time around, I need to talk a little bit about the spec of my old Quadrifoglio. So in 2017, I bought a white Quadrifoglio. The Trofeo white tri-coat is the only one available for the QV. Love that car. I bought that with the two-tone black and red interior. Really didn't have any regrets with it in the way that I spec'd it, except for one. But a few details about that car. I ordered it with the dark Technico wheels. Those are the less common wheels that you'll see that have I think it's a 5 or 6 spoke design. I don't remember off the top of my head. They look a little bit like OEM HREs, toned down a little bit. Pretty good looking wheel, not normally the one that you see. They're also forged wheels. They're actually lighter. I didn't know that when I ordered them. Was happy to find that out whenever I got the car. Got those in the dark finish, which is a little bit of like a gunmetal-y color. Red calipers. I said two-tone black and red interior. I got the red contrast stitching. And I got the driver's assist package, which allowed for lane departure warning, a couple of things like that. I also ordered it with the Harman Kardon audio upgrade. I think that's it for the original car that I ordered. The total on that came out to, I believe, $79,895. So, about that spec, I was super happy with everything. I loved the white. I got a lot of attention having a pearl white. That was the first time that I've had a pearl white car. I've had plenty of white cars. Please. Okay, I think I'm about to get kicked out of this spot, so maybe I'll just move. Yeah, so there was a cop that just came and started hanging out, so I figured I'd move the car. Don't need any trouble. Okay, so I got out of that parking lot and I think I'm good now, so I'll just park on the street. So anyway, so the original spec of my car was something I was super happy with. I really liked the contrast of the red calipers against the white car with the dark wheels. I felt like that worked out really well. And I really liked the two-tone black and red interior. Not a lot of cars got ordered with that. You could do two-tone in two ways. You could do black and red interior, or you could do black and what they called ice, which is like a dove off-white color. Both of those I think look really good, but for me the sportier black and red two-tone made a lot of sense on a sporty Italian car. But the one thing that I wasn't happy with my original Quadrifoglio was the seats. So I got the standard seats. I made that decision because I was living in Colorado. I thought winter it'll be nice to have a heated steering wheel. It'd be nice to have heated seats. I've had heated seats in almost all of my cars, and I thought I'd really miss out on not having that. That was actually my biggest regret, was going with those seats. So this car actually has the Sparco seats, the one optional seat. and they are, for the most part, manual adjustment. You have electronic height adjustment. They're carbon back seats. They're much sportier looking. They're not like fixed bucket seats. They're not like a Porsche seat by any means, but they are nice. They're much sportier. They look really cool. Not as comfortable, but they're still great. The problem that I had with the seats originally was that they didn't go low enough in the car. I like to sit low in a car, especially when it's a performance sedan and it's not something like a 911 or my GT4. It's already a really low car. I want that extra sporty feeling. And I felt like those seats bottomed out in their lowest setting still weren't low enough. I felt like I was too high sitting above everything. It felt, for a performance car, it felt more like a truck seating position. And that's a little bit dramatic, but that's the best way that I can describe it. I just couldn't get the seat low enough to make the driving position perfect. When I got rid of that car, I had the opportunity to finally sit in a dealer's car that had the Sparco seats. And I felt so much better with the seats bottomed out. And it might be the difference of an inch, but after sitting in the Sparco seats, I knew that if I was going to get another Quadrifoglio at some point in the future, which I thought I was going to do, even though I had just gotten the GT4, I loved that car, I knew at some point I wanted this to me is the perfect daily driver. I knew that if I got another one, I was going to need to get the Sparco seats. So as I was looking for leftover 2019 inventory, having Sparco seats was an absolute must. So with the number one thing being finding the right seats, it was still important to me that I found a spec that I liked. And for me, it came down to two different cars. There was this car, and there was a white car. There was a white car that was spec'd almost exactly like my old one was, with the exception of the seats. It had the seats that I wanted. It had them in the red contrast stitching. It had the black and red two-tone interior. The wheels might have been wrong, but they were dark 5-hole wheels like this one, I believe. But that's an easy thing to remedy. Of all the things that you could specify and get wrong, that car had everything right. But it came down to the negotiations. And so I was talking to that dealership, which is based in Fort Lauderdale, and they were not budging on price at all. And they were just giving me the runaround. I don't know if it's because I was an out-of-state buyer. They didn't trust that I was serious, but I called them up. I made an offer. They came back at me with $1,000 below their original listing price. If you know anything about these cars, they are going leftover for a lot off. Like a lot, like we're talking in excess of $10,000 off on leftover inventory. Easy. Like you're getting a bad deal if you're only getting 10,000 off. So I decided to keep looking. I ended up finding this car, which there were 3 colors that I was considering. I was considering doing white again, but if I did white, I wanted it to be pretty much the same as my original spec. So the other car was a perfect contender for that. The metallic red tri-coat, which is what this car has. Or I wanted Misano blue. I think I would have considered Vesuvio gray, which is like a dark gray. Those are really the 4 colors, and the 3 main being the blue, the red, and the white. I didn't find a blue one with the spec that I wanted, and I found a couple of red ones, and I found the one white one with the right seats. I reached out to this dealership. They were willing to work with me immediately on price. I bought this car from, actually I'm not even going to say because the whole experience wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. They were willing to work with me on price. We negotiated very significantly. I got this car for, I think it was a little over $15,000 off. Brand new, but leftover inventory. That brings me to the spec of this car. This car has the two-tone black and red interior. It has the red contrast stitching. It has the Sparco carbon seats. It came with the wrong steering wheel. You could get a Quadrifoglio with 2 steering wheels. You could get the carbon Quadrifoglio wheel, or you could get the standard wheel. But I actually, that wasn't a deal breaker or anything for me, because I found out that you could upgrade to the 2020 model year steering wheel, and I've already done that in my car. So yeah, if it was a blue car or if it was a red car, I wanted to have the yellow calipers. This car has the yellow calipers. This has the dark 5-hole wheels. They're not the ideal wheels, but honestly, just the dark wheel I think looks infinitely better than the silver wheel on these cars. I will definitely swap them out for a different wheel at some point, but I probably won't go with the Technicos. To me, there's no point in spending money on a different wheel and going with the OEM one when I think I could get a better looking wheel from one of the aftermarket forged companies. This car has the driver assist features. I actually wasn't set on getting those. Like I said before, I didn't use them on my old car. And the downside with getting the driver assist features is because there is a camera in the rear view mirror area. a camera or a sensor, I can't remember what it is, you end up getting this UV coated windshield, which is much more expensive to replace. The windshield chipped and cracked in my white Quadrifoglio, and it took a month and a half to get a windshield in stock for replacement. So that was a huge hassle. I would have liked to have not gotten those options, just to have skipped that stuff, but that's fine that I have them. The one option that I didn't think that I was going to be able to find, and I didn't find it on this car, was the exposed carbon roof. In 2019, you could order a Quadrifoglio with the exposed carbon roof. All of the Quadrifoglios have a carbon roof. They're all painted. My understanding from what I've heard is that the carbon fiber that gets painted has a totally different finish than the exposed carbon does. So I think it's a $2,000 charge when you're ordering a car to have it exposed. Really, it's just finished in nicer carbon. I would have loved to have had that. I think that the contrast is super nice when you get a black roof. I think it blends in super well with tinted windows. And it's just a nice contrast to break up a lot of the body coloring. The other that this car didn't get, that would have been nice to have, the Nero Edizione package. I hope I'm saying that right. Nero Edizione. The blackout package. It gives you a dark Giulia badge on the rear. It gives you the black Scudetto, the V grille in the front. And I think you might get black mirror caps. That may not be the case, don't quote me on that. Or the carbon fiber package. The carbon fiber package will give you the dark Giulia badge on the back, it'll give you carbon fiber mirrors, and it'll give you a carbon fiber V up front. Those would have been really nice to have, but that's easily done on the aftermarket. But the roof would have been so sick to have. Fun fact, these cars also have a carbon fiber hood, and one of my favorite things from behind the wheel, it's such a small detail, you won't be able to see it. You can see as you're driving the glimmer of carbon fiber from the underside of the hood, because it is all carbon fiber under there. I almost forgot the most important feature. This car has, I forgot what it's called. Oh, it has the security system. Super important. That became an option. That actually was not an option in 2017, if I remember right. I think you just got the alarm and everything. This car has the cargo convenience package. So the cargo convenience package is actually just like a couple of tie downs in the trunk for groceries and stuff. I have various like cleaning stuff in the trunk that's just caught in that net. It was a $250 option. Oh, I said UV windshield. It has an infrared windshield. And then just to talk about some of these options, these carbon fiber seats were originally a $3,500 option. So yeah, on my first car I saved some money on not getting those. The tri-coat paint, the white on my first Quadrifoglio, as well as the red on this car, that was a pretty expensive $2,200 option. Let's see, driver's assist package was $1,200, security equipment was $400, the colored brake calipers that they now charge for, those are $500, $350, my bad. The dark wheels are a $500 upcharge. The 2019 model year base price was $73,700. My car as equipped totaled $83,695. I got mine for significantly less than that. And yeah, super happy with the car. That's the specification of this one. The Sparco seats are the big thing that I think I could not live without in one of these, and I still have no regrets on them whatsoever. I think they're beautiful looking seats. My wife likes them. She likes them way more than the carbon bucket seats in the GT4. So thanks for watching another one of these videos. I know that sometimes talking about the specification of a car is not the most interesting thing in the world, but I'm a car enthusiast. That was a huge deal to me, figuring out the right spec for my car. I think other people might be interested in what thought process I had when I was looking for the right car, as well as like thoughts on like the seats and everything. I think it's super important that when you spend this much money on a car that you're getting exactly what you want. This is my least favorite part of filming any of these videos, but if you like this video, if you want to see more content like this, please like this video, subscribe. If you hit the bell icon to turn on notifications, that's super appreciated. I'm not going to spam you with a bunch of notifications. I don't post a lot on YouTube. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I post a little bit more there. I try to make it a point to respond to everyone's messages and comments over there. It's fun to connect with other people in the car community, so I like to do that online through Instagram. I'll try to do that in the comments here. But apparently if you ask for comments and likes and all of that stuff, it works a little bit better. I'm super happy. I think I'm at 24 subscribers right now. That's much more than I expected. That was more than I had when I started the last video. And just seeing you guys subscribe and comment and like have a conversation with me makes it all worthwhile to spend a little bit of time making these videos. I'm gonna try to make them a weekly thing. We'll see how that goes. Probably talking way too much. And thank you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this, what you want to see me record next. If you have any questions about the Quadrifoglio, if you want to ask any of those and get a more immediate response, go over to Instagram, follow me there. You can message me, comment there. I try to respond to everything. It's super important to me that I respond to as many comments and messages and things that I get. I think that sharing experiences is what makes this a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, that's how you do it. See you guys in the next one.